find yourself constantly being with people who are all about themselves and don't stop talking about themselves. You want to just strangle that person, but you keep getting attracted to someone just like that. Read the human magnet syndrome.
Yes.
And find out why you're doing this and what you can do about it. Hi, welcome to LoveEncore. I'm KarenLee Potter, your host, and I'm here with Ross Rosenberg. I brought Ross on the show to talk about his book, The Human Magnet Syndrome. How did you get the idea for the human magnet syndrome?
I noticed my own patterns in my dating, and even when I get married. I seem to be attracted to someone that was opposite from me, but also harmful. And I came to this idea that opposite individuals are attracted to each other like magnets.
What you're saying is that when people have an unhealthy relationship, they break up and then they seem to get right back into another unhealthy relationship.
There are two categories of individuals. You're either on the codependent or others orientation, where you're all about other people's needs, or you're on the narcissistic or self orientation, where you're all about your own needs. And it seems to me, through my own personal and professional experience, that these two opposite people, personality types, are always attracted to each other, just like the north side is always attracted to the south side of a magnet.
Opposites do attract. Now, is it always unhealthy?
No, and one of the things that I painstakingly try to present in my book is a theory, the continuum of self theory, that shows how opposite personalities are attracted to each other. And in extreme, we have the dysfunctional opposites, and then we have healthy opposites.
Right.
So the book really talks about how all people are attracted to each other by virtue of their opposite personality traits.
People keep getting involved with like bad boys.
Right.
This might be the narcissist that they get involved with.
Yeah, so what people experience in these dysfunctional relationships is a pattern where you're attracted to a same personality type. I once had a friend tell me, when I was trying to figure out, I was always attracted to women that would be harmful to me. They would say, Ross, until you figure out what's going on inside of you, it's the same person but a different face.
Do people see it?
The reason the pattern is invisible, it's because it's unconscious. It's formed. It comes from our childhood experiences with our parent. We don't see it, but what we feel is a sense of familiarity. And if we are familiar with someone who's all about themselves, who talks, who's charming, someone might find it intensely attractive.
Even though they know that it's not necessarily good for them.
But at the point that when people meet each other and they fall in love, what happens is there is a connection, what we call chemistry. And what the person feels is this intense attraction. There could be three people in a room, and each person, say men, are equally attractive, but that one guy, the bad boy, the guy that has edge.
Right, the narcissist.
But the narcissist, but the person doesn't say, well, he's a narcissist, he's my type. No, they say, he is hot.
He's the one
he's assertive,
right.
He's charming, and the others are just kind of boring.
But there's really no excitement there for the other ones, even though they're all equally attractive from the physical standpoint.
Exactly. They're attracted to something that's familiar, that's reminiscent of some early childhood experiences, but very few people are conscious of that.
How does one then become aware? I mean, how do you become aware unless somebody, a psychotherapist, points it out to you?
Well, that's precisely what I do.
Why?
What I do for a living.
To prevent someone from like teenage years on picking wrong choices, is there anything that they can do from the get-go?
If there's something we can do from the get-go, it would be a part of a science fiction movie.
Okay.
The thing that I would recommend is make sure your parents are healthy. Make sure
that's an easy task.
Your parents are good role models. That your mother and your father listen to you, they value you, and you get unconditional love.
So those type of people who start out, blessed with parents that are somewhat healthy,
yeah,
and have a happy marriage, those people are most likely not going to be attracted to a narcissist.
Absolutely.
Or a codependent. It's just probably as bad to be attracted to a codependent all the time too. Someone, you hear about these men who always get needy women.
Exactly.
Is it true that most men are narcissists?
It is not true.
Okay, so it's not that all the narcissists are all men and all the codependents are all women. It's not true.
I think there's research shows that there are more men who are narcissists than women. A woman's narcissism is often hidden and less obvious, or more passive aggressive. So we have covert narcissists who project loving, kind, benevolence, but underneath it,
it's still all about
them. All about them.
Yeah.
This is the type of mother that will go to all of her kids' games, will be the perfect wife, the perfect friend, but it's all about her own status and her own feelings. When it comes down to it, it's not about the person.
She's not really there to watch her kids. She's really there to show off her latest outfit.
Exactly.
Her latest Lululemon. So that's how you spot a narcissist. If it's always about them, you go out to dinner on a blind date and this person is just talking, 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 and never once asking you about yourself, red flag,
Yeah.
could be with a narcissist. So do you want to tell the codependent after seeing them and knowing that they've had several relationships that have been with narcissists, do you want to just say run for the hills?
No, because if you say run for the hills and you don't do the psychotherapy, what happens is, as my friend told me, it's another woman or another man, uh, different face, same person. So they'll run for the hills, but they're going to eventually come out of those hills and go back into the dating scene.
And find the
And
narcissist again. It's just a
well,
different clothing.
yeah, it's like, remember, the codependent has this quasi, almost this magnetic charge, and they're almost always going to find themselves compelled or attracted or seduced by the narcissist.
So if you're a codependent, listen up. Say to your friends,
Yes,
do I seem to be picking the same type of person? Do I seem to always be attracted to someone who's all about themselves and not about helping others or helping me? Well,
exactly.
Ross, thank you so much for being on the show. Hearing about the human magnet syndrome was fascinating, and that you came up with the concept, I think, is really incredible. I think this book is going to be a big hit. I hope all of you check out The Human Magnet Syndrome by Ross Rosenberg and find out why you keep going through the same bad relationships.
And this book will give you hope because you can only change something when you understand it.
So if you want to get Ross Rosenberg's book, The Human Magnet Syndrome, go to thehumanmagnetsyndrome.com. There will be a link on the comment section below. Thank you all for coming and watching Love Encore. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please subscribe on YouTube. Bye.
Bye-bye.